back to Fox 2 News in the morning. It is finally feeling like fall, and that means time for yard work. Leaf raking, a typical fall activity, and also one of the top ways to hurt your back. Watch out, people. We have Dr. Alex Vidan joining us this morning with a lot of the what to-dos and what not to-dos.
Yes. Yeah, that's just as important.
We really better listen to those what not to-dos, because if you're anything like me, you're hunched over, you're really trying to get those leaves, and I can only imagine the types of things that is doing to that back. It sure doesn't feel good after.
No, you're absolutely right. It puts so much strain on that low back. So I say, look, instead, do a couple minutes of just some light stretching. Stretch those hamstrings, just bend straight down, loosen that up, and then you're right. When we're raking leaves, if we can do short strokes, and if we can stand with like a scissor stance.
All right. So you can actually make this into a workout, really.
Yeah, you can make this a whole thing.
This can be beneficial.
Yeah, we can work those glutes and those hamstrings too here in a second.
This.
So we're standing at a fencer stance, then we'll end up that scissor stance, and then just rake with short strokes. And then when you go to get everything up, the easiest thing to do would be to squat down. So when you squat, get those leaves up, and then you can dump them into the bag that's there too.
All right.
Okay. Instead of bending straight over. When you bend straight over, you put strain on the low back. Same thing if you're standing, instead of that scissor stance, you stand straight. You're going to end up torquing your low back, and it causes pressure in the low back, SIs, all of that.
I mean, I know a lot of people, not to mention when you're covering a large area like an entire yard or something, trying to get that done in one day, that can be several hours.
Exactly.
I mean, do you recommend taking breaks in between that, or should
Break
you just go all at it at once?
No. It sounds better to just get it all done at once, right? But breaking it up is actually typically going to be better for most of us. And then the other thing is that if you do notice that it hurts, that you get inflammation, that you have problems, just do something really simple. Ice. You know, just a simple little ice pack, something like that. You put that on 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most, towel between the skin and the ice. Decreases the inflammation, makes things much easier and better on you.
And make us feel better too. Pain while raking can be somewhat normal. Let's not try to be a hero, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because I know if it were me, I would certainly try to hide a lot of that and then not take care of myself after, which really can't be good for anyone.
No, not at all. You got to make sure that you take care of yourself. You want to keep that body for as long as you can, right?
Yes, don't be laying on the couch for 5 days after you're done raking.
From raking leaves.
That's not efficient.
No.
Okay, I notice you also have the blower there too.
Yes.
Do you suggest that, can that be better than the actual raking?
It can be, unless we've got, like today it's wet, so it's hard to get those up. But if you can blow it into an area where you can get it all up together, that can make things a whole lot easier on you too. More efficient, maybe get it done in a shorter period of time, depending on how wet those leaves are. But absolutely, if you can get that into one area, rake it all up, make sure you're not bending over when you're doing it so that you don't put strain on the low back, standing up straight when you're doing all those things. I mean, posture is a big part. You've got to make sure that you have good posture with that.
Man, and you just found yourself an excuse to get one of those blowers.
That's right.
I like the way this is working out.
This is all working out really well. Well, the
Dr. Alex Vidan, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. We appreciate your help and advice as always.